And chat, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, sort of. Today we're not playing the game because I'm sick, and it's not going to be a long stream anyway, and we're also missing Di and Teddy. But we are going to talk about some stuff from the Fanfest that's going on right now, or just concluded. I'm not entirely sure which, because it's apparently huge news that I won't be able to avoid, and Minda wants to get ahead of the game on that. So let me bring him on.
Operate. Hello.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. Okay, so big long stream. We're gonna save the big announcement until the end because that's what they did.
Okay.
And also like literally, like you can see it time-stamped in the group chat that we have to talk about Final Fantasy XIV stuff. That literally, like when they made the announcement, my heart dropped because I was like, Lore's gonna find this. Like, Lore's gonna see this. Like, there's no stopping this from being a thing.
Might as well get it. Might as well get it out of the way on stream.
Might as well get it out of the way. So Fanfest, for those who don't know, is basically just a big convention that they have every year in the lead up to an expansion release. This year, there are always 3 of them every year, and we are currently in the middle of the second one. And every FanFest kicks off with a big announcement that's usually about an hour or so, although this year they've been about 2 hours long because they've got like a lot of system updates that they want to talk about. Like a 1 to 2 hour presentation of Yoshi P just yapping about what we can expect from the upcoming expansion. We had the first FanFest back in April, and this is the second FanFest. And as is tradition, they kicked off the second FanFest with a longer version of the cinematic trailer. Not the full version, mind you, but a longer version of the cinematic trailer. Which this time included footage of the new job, one of the new jobs that we will be getting next expansion. And Laura, I'm just going to DM you these links.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Okay. That's what everybody was expecting. New tank, a Britann.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull it up, and we'll watch it on stream.
Yeah. I'm also going to post these links in our full party chat so that, like, people on the server know what is being shown to Lore.
Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Unfreeze. Okay, there we go. We'll just watch it like this.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it looks cool. Oh, what is that monster? That's cool. That looks like something out of Nier.
A little bit, yeah. Which, like, I guess negative spoilers, I guess, is probably a coincidence just because, you know, Nier is part of the Square Enix family, and they probably have some design crossover at this point, in addition to the actual literal crossover that they've already had.
Yeah. Is this a ranged tank?
I mean, it certainly looks like it. I feel like it must be almost like a reverse Red Maid situation where just their burst phase is gone, and so there you go.
So wait, hang on. If you tank from range, what's to stop the enemy from just walking up to you?
I mean, absolutely nothing. So I don't know how much utility you're going to get out of all of these range attacks, other than the fact that they look cool.
Well, it does look neat.
Yeah, this is very funny to me personally because like you may remember last time we shared the shirt. We told you about the shirt that Yoshi P wore, which had a picture of Cape Westwind on it, and I had convinced myself that the shirt was hinting at anything other than a double shield tank, because it couldn't be that simple. He couldn't have just like shown a picture of a dude in the gear for the new job. And it turned out he did. He did, in fact, just wear a shirt with a dude with
A little disappointing that it was so easy to figure out then.
Yeah. It is funny. Like, sometimes the shirts aren't super cryptic. Like on the one hand, you have shirts like, to hint at Pictomancer, he wore a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
painters, yeah,
are all named after painters. Yeah. And, you know, that's cool. That's fun. That's what I was thinking about. But on the flip side, to hint at the Reaper, he wore like some kind of metal band shirt that just had a picture of like a skeleton with a scythe on it. And that's about as direct as you can get. And
was Reaper in any Final Fantasy game before 14? I can't remember it ever showing up. Or even just like something with a scythe.
Just somebody with a scythe? I don't think so.
Interesting.
Off the top of my head. So yeah, the new job is Bastion, or one of the new jobs is Bastion. It is going to be, not surprisingly, it's going to be a full tank. I don't know if you remember this from our conversation last time, but one of the changes that they announced is that starting in Evercold, they are going to divide up the tanks into what they're calling full tanks and off tanks, which sounds like it's going to be a bad name, which basically just means more defensive heavy tanks versus more offensive heavy tanks.
Okay.
The offensive tanks are going to be Dark Knight and Gunbreaker, which is not surprising.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two like DPS coded tanks already, so it makes sense that they would make that distinction. And then, shockingly, the guy wearing two shields on his arms is going to be a defensive tank.
Gee, who could have guessed?
Who could have guessed? Which I'm curious, because they never showed this. How the hell are you going to like unequip your weapons as a Bastion?
Yeah.
Like, are you just going to be wearing shields constantly? Are they going to like fold down into like little armbands when you're not in combat? Like, are you going to put them on your hips or something? I don't know. They did not show. They did not show a Bastion with the weapons sheathed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to expect from that, which is a little funny.
Clancy says Bastion clears the most important bar for tank, which is Lalafell looks silly doing it.
Yes, absolutely. I am very looking forward to a Bastion, and also like Bastion would. I have like an alt that I based on Catra from She-Ra, and Bastion would be really good for her because you kind of have like a little claw thing going on. So that's fun. Then they showed off a whole bunch of other stuff. They were really good about not showing story spoilers this time around, because they very, like, in the lead up to Dawn Trail, they showed too much, and we won't be able to talk about this until after you've damn near finished Dawn Trail because of like how much they showed. But like they showed so much of Dawn Trail that like there weren't a lot of surprises left when people actually got in and played it.
Always a mistake.
Yeah. Also like a little bit inevitable because of like what they have, how they like set up the thing, because like, you know how like every, I don't know, I don't want to say too much, but anyway, there was a lot that they showed, and it left people going through the expansion going, it's like, well, when are we going to get to all of this other stuff that we saw at Fanfest? Anyway, you know, we're not going to talk about like the zones or the new characters that they showed. One interesting thing that I do want to talk about, because it's interesting, is they announced that In Evercold, there's going to be more variable storytelling.
Really?
Like,
Like more
yeah,
branching
so
paths that
yes,
reconverge?
yes. It's like, because like you know how like specifically they made it
Like at the
sound
start of
like
Shadowbringers, you pick between the twins and
yeah,
and yeah, and then you come
yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
together.
Yeah, and this is going to be that, but like on a much bigger scale.
Excuse me.
The way they described it, it sounds like basically the first three zones of the game you can do in any order,
Hmm.
including the dungeon that you will find in that zone.
Oh, interesting.
So, like, you will go through an entire zone, an entire little sub story, the dungeon capping off that story, and then you will go back to the central hub, and then you will pick another branch, and go off and about and on your bill and business, which means that there is not going to be a level 101 dungeon. There's not going to be a 100 level 103 dungeon. There are just going to be three dungeons that you may encounter at level 101 or may encounter at level 107, depending on which order you decided to tackle the zones in the expansion.
Hmm.
They and like they said that like even not even like Yoshi P when he was explaining this was like it's really complicated, but trust me, it'll work. So I don't know how that's going to work, but they say it'll work. So
If their
cool.
internal testing says it'll work, I presume it'll work for everybody.
Yeah. I'm a little excited about because like if it works the way I think it'll work, it's going to make level grinding a little less monotonous because like you've never had to deal with this because you've only are leveling a couple of jobs, but like I, as the freak who levels every single job, um, even the ones I don't play very much outside of this little exercise every expansion, um, as the freak who levels up every job, the fastest way to do it is to just run dungeons over and over again. So you run the Tower of Zot over and over again until you get from level 83 to level 85, and then you run the next one, and then you run the next one, and on you go. But if it works the way they suggest it's going to work in Evercold, you're going to be able to just like have a pool of dungeons that you can run from level 100 to level 110.
That's
Um,
cool.
yeah, so that's neat. Um, the other convenience feature that they announced last time, but they talked about it again just to like check off the box is max gear level sharing, where basically once you get to max level, you will only have to grind up your gear once, and then you'll be able to like copy that your gear item level to all of your other jobs. Because like
Oh.
nowadays, yeah, because like nowadays you need to grind up a set of, like me, the Omni player, I have to gear up, my tank gear and my healing gear and my range DPS gear. No, no, no. Now you have your job that you gear up, and then all of your other jobs have that same gear level. You never have to like, you're never going to be stuck trying to do high level content. And it's like, hey,
Zay
can you
clarifies that
tank
it's your other level capped jobs.
your other level cap jobs? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Which is fine because this would not really be a super relevant conversation for uncapped jobs. But yeah, so like you're never going to have to worry about like, oh, Minda, can you heal this savage raid for us? And it's like, gee, I could, but my healing gear is kind of lackluster because I've been gearing up tank first. That's going to be a thing of the past, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing that I have links for is they showed some more of the customization expansion features that we are getting.
Okay.
They talked about this before at the last Fanfest, and before they mostly just showed off like the color sliders. Um, so yeah, they are greatly expanding the level of customization that you can bring to characters. Last time, they mostly talked about just expanding the range of the color
Oh.
sliders. You can now give yourself like green skin.
Can
Or,
you
like,
put that
be
on X
unfair.
cancel instead of Twitter? Because I can't interact with the images and scroll through them.
Okay. X. Oop. That work for you?
No, VX Twitter just brings you to Twitter. X cancel is something that you can paste in and it'll have a different layout.
All right, I'll get that for you.
I could just edit it myself. Hang on.
Okay. All right, and if you can handle it yourself, go ahead. So last time they talked about like the new color sliders that they're option. This time, what they talked about is a lot of the races are very rigid in what their customization options are. Like one of the biggest ones and one of the biggest pet peeves for many players, including me, is that Aura, their horns are locked to their face shapes. So, like, if you are trying to make an Aura character, and like you like the shape and you like the way that one face looks, the face may or may not have horns that you like, and if that's the case, well then just tough shit. You're just out of luck. You gotta take one or the other.
Orange hair, huh?
Yeah, orange hair, green skin, all kinds of crazy shit. This is from the last Fanfest. Yeah, so yeah, the color options are going to be much more wild than they were.
Lots of individual gear piece toggles. That's cool.
Yeah, that's another thing about yeah.
Oh my god, Ratman Lalafell.
Yes.
But why would you want to get rid of the Lalafell nose shading? That's part of the identity of the species.
And that was something that Soken addressed, is that, and they also did the same thing for Vieira, and you can get rid of the eye bags on male cat boys. So that's one I like personally.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually something that Yoshi P addressed on stage when he was talking about this, is that a lot of these changes, the reason why he was so slow to make them was because Yoshi P specifically was the guy who was like holding off on them to like preserve the lore of the world, and like the lore is that Lalafells and Vieira have little shaded noses to give them a little slightly gremlin look to them, but like at this point in the year of our Lord 2026, like players should be allowed to customize their character however they want, and so he has finally relented and allowed us to adjust our nose color, and Aura can adjust their horn shape, which is a big deal. Like the All-Raw players are the biggest winners here in this announcement. There is also a very funny moment during this segment where Yoshi P admits, yes, I was the holdout. I was the one trying to preserve the lore by not letting you have neon green skin in your game. And Koji Fox, who was translating for him the entire show, goes, "Ooh, I have all of this customization. I have all of this power. Where's my butt slider?" It's like you've given me all this, but you can't give me a butt slider. Ugh.
I log in the day after Evercold drops with a suspiciously larger ass.
Yeah. So that is that. Another thing that was announced previously, but actually shown this time is... How did this... Okay. I'm just going to leave you to make, like, the X cancel... Although this is a video link, so this will be easy. Another thing that they announced the last time but did not show was what is it? Animation options. Because this is like one of the most popular mod categories out there. Is just people making new animations for, moves and stuff. And they did not have any examples, but this time they did show a little clip of like some of the various teleportation animations.
All right, let me pull this up. All right, let's take a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Normal. Okay, that's a cool outfit.
That is the Loreweaver outfit.
That's neat.
Yeah, I like how the two variants they showed are pretty clearly inspired by Heidelin and Zodiac.
Yeah, that's not going to be all of them, is it?
That's just like a preview. They're also going to be like there's one that they've shown of. They've just shown the screenshot of this one. I'll see if I can find it.
By the way, just so everybody knows, I'm swapping back to the console games screen between pasting links because I did not think to set a blank home page, and Edge opens a news page when you open a new tab that is full of politics and shit. So yeah,
this is not. This is far from. This is just like a taste of what is to come. Like, they've shown a screenshot of like a couple different jump animations for Dragoon, as one example of like one where they're like diving down with the spear, and another one where they're like stabbing into the ground, sort of like Link in Legend of Zelda. So there will be going to be all kinds of different animations available in the game once they get rolling with this. What else is there to talk about?
People in chat are talking about most shirts ignoring boob slider settings, and I would like to gesture to my Vieira's massive dragons.
Yeah. It's even the shirts that and also they're wrong. The shirts that quote unquote ignore the boob slider, like there is a difference. It's just very minor. Like if you're wearing like a baggy shirt, you won't be able to super tell, but like you can tell. Put two Vieira next to each other, one who's more talented than the other, and there you will see a difference. Anyway, another modernization feature they talked about is how is like an easier way to like highlight the path to the next quest point, which is something that you specifically are not allowed to complain about, even though it is very handholdy.
Like that's gonna stop me.
Yeah, like stop you from getting lost or stop you from complaining. Yeah. Similarly, what else? Oh yeah, speaking of modernization, they talked before about how they are redoing all of the like actions for jobs to modernize them and make them more compact. And fortunately, this is going to be an optional thing, so like you're not going to have to relearn, like a modern mobile game version of Black Mage if you don't want to.
Which is funny because they just canceled the mobile game.
Which is funny because they just managed to cancel the mobile game. Yeah, like I strongly suspect that the mobile game was being used as like a test bed for evolved combat mechanics. That's what they're called. It's like you got your reborn controls, and you've got your evolved controls, and you'll be able to freely switch between them.
Mm-hmm.
Except that the new job apparently will only have the evolved controllers.
I mean, if there's no
there's
no
old
reason
system,
to develop two control settings for something that people will never have to have gotten used to an old control setting
exactly. And like even then, like from what they've said, like the evolved controls sound like they're just going to be better. So like I don't.
Yeah, I'll give
like
them a try.
I don't see myself holding on to Reborn controls out of nostalgia, because like one of the things is like every job with a 1-2-3 combo that's just going to become one button. Sort of like what happens every time you end up playing a Scion in like a solo duty, where like their 1-2-3 combo just becomes one button that just changes when you press it over and over again. It's like things like that, things to just like collapse the bar down to a lower number of buttons that you have to press, which just sounds convenient. They also announced that this is not going to be super relevant to you because you don't play every day, but they are revamping daily rewards so that they're more weekly rewards now, which is good for me because I only have time to play a couple days a week. So
daily rewards like the roulette rewards? Yeah,
like roulette rewards. Like instead of having daily roulettes, you're going to have like 3 weekly roulettes. And so you can do those on 3 different days, or you can just do a bunch of roulettes all day on a Saturday when you have a lot of time to play.
That's cool.
Which is much more in keeping with like modern live service games. Like, this is basically how Marvel Rivals works.
Yeah.
By and large, you can knock out all of your weekly quests in Marvel Rivals in one day. And so that's nice. Another big one that you might find fun.
You mentioned Marvel Rivals, and Stream Elements on cue posted the link to my Marvel Rivals character design series with my boyfriend.
Yeah, perfect. Another one that you might find fun is they announced that they are revamping Chocobo Companions.
Oh, interesting. Let me pull this up.
Because Chocobo Companions are a system that has not been really touched since A Realm Reborn. And the big thing now is they are going to make it possible to take Chocobos into a dungeon with you.
Really?
And replace a player.
To replace a player?
Yeah. So, like, according to what they said, like, it would actually be really nice if we had this today, because theoretically, you and I could go in with our Chocobos and run a 4-man dungeon. Just with Pixel and my Chocobo, like, filling in for the spare people.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That is going to help us when we do stuff without. Well, no, because we'd bring in fans to fill the slots.
Yeah, and well, like for like morning leveling, it'll be nice.
That will be nice for morning leveling. You're right.
Yeah, like there have been times during morning leveling where like we had to like phone a friend, and now we don't have to. We can just do it ourselves with our Chocobos.
Screw you, friends! You're not allowed. You're not invited.
Yes.
It will be.
Melena's gain trauma flashbacks from Squadron dungeons. That is what I expect. I expect that, like, I mean, you've also run dungeons with NPCs, Lore, so you know that they're not the best. They're not as good as players, but they're still good. They'll still fill in. And plus, it is just fun to run a dungeon with your Chocobo.
In before the Chocobo barding determines their AI, and the Black Mage Chocobo barding gives them Alice's AI.
Yeah, they also, as you can see on the tooltip there, they hinted that they are going to re-examine how Gishal Greens work and what they do.
Well, isn't what they do now just summon Chocobo for half an hour?
Yeah, right now all they do, exactly. Right now all they do is summon Chocobos, but I guess you'll be able to, like, they did not elaborate on this at all. but like what I imagine is like they will be different kinds of greens, and you will be able to feed them to give your chocobo different buffs in the dungeons. Maybe,
Interesting.
probably. Um, they said that the expansion is going to have all of the expected stuff, like the new level cap, more hunts, more treasure maps, more dungeons, blah 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 blah.
Hmm.
Nothing we were going to, nothing we wouldn't expect, but like it's good that they said it um, for the sake of stating it clearly. And then they got to the very end of the stream where they announced what the theme for the 8-man raid series is going to be.
All right, let's see
Uh,
this.
you may remember that last FanFest you got spoiled because immediately on Reddit somebody went on to talk about how the um, Alliance raid was going to be an Evangelion crossover,
Uh-huh.
and this is going to be the raid series.
No way.
Yeah.
Is this a video? Hang on.
This is just a screenshot. We only have screenshots of this.
Damn. Man, this... Hang on. Because this is probably... Okay, let me bring back chat. My God. Okay, so this is definitely going to tie into Final Fantasy VII Revelation, isn't it? Because this is happening right before that game comes out.
Yeah, well, more than that, actually, because remember,
Hey, we were joking about a Sephiroth raid at some point, too.
Yeah, no, well, and like the Sephiroth raid is the one thing we know for sure is going to happen. Like, they didn't talk too much about this. Like, they didn't give away too many spoilers about what to expect from this. But, like, when they, like, were teasing it, Koji Fox is on stage and goes, okay, and so we should talk about the 8-man raid series. What does this music make you think of? And then they played One Winged Angel.
Fuck yeah.
So, the one thing we know for sure is that Sephiroth is going to be the final boss. Unless like the final boss is like Genova,
Oh man, no! Oh, I just realized. Wait, hang on. There's no way this is taking place on Hydaelyn or on Atheris. This has to be like cross-world shit, which means that if Genova's in it, we won't be getting an Atheris version of Genova. We won't be getting a Final Fantasy XIV version of Genova.
Yeah, that was actually my thought too, because especially because I was kind of hoping that we would get like a 14 variant on Genova that was tied to Ultima. Because like if you remember Ultima from that raid series, she had a lot of Genova vibes, and like it really felt like those two entities could have tied together in some way. Although honestly, that still might happen. It's too early to say what's going on with the story and how this all ties together.
Because Genova is such a cool monster that she could be the villain of an entire expansion.
Yeah.
Like, Genova has so much untapped potential outside of Final Fantasy VII.
And, like, honestly, like, that might be the angle they go with, is that, like, FF14's Genova shows up and starts some shit and somehow summons Sephiroth and Cloud and company from the space between dimensions, and here we go. You got your crossover. Like it's entirely possible that that's what happens. We don't know.
So Ferrum says, I'm a bit worried because Cloud and Sephiroth feel like a break glass in case of emergency thing with regards to FF14's health, but it just might also be a matter of timing Revelation coming out a few months after Evercold.
Yeah.
I heard the reception for Dawn Trail was not great, so it could be a bit of break glass, but I think it really is just timing with Revelation.
I think it's timing with Revelation, but because, like, the thing is, like, the remake team is working very closely with the 14 team on this. Like, they brought Naoki up on stage to talk about his involvement in the Raid series and how much he is working with the FF14 team on, like, boss design and the story and making sure everything fits together. And like, and making sure that everything feels right for both halves of the brand.
Watch as this is canon to Final Fantasy VII the same way the Nier raids are, because this is where Genova was before going to Planet.
So, like, that's actually the thing I'm worried about, actually, because, like, this makes me less confident that they're going to stick the landing on Revelation, because this isn't just, like, a one-time thing. This is the raid series. This is going to be doled out over the course of the entire expansion. There's a good chance that you are going to be caught up with the story by the time Sephiroth hits the game. Like, genuinely, because that's not going to happen for, like, another couple of years, which means that this raid series is going to have to exist in a world and make sense in a world where Revelation happened. And since Revolution is supposed to be the end of the story, what's Sephiroth going to be doing over in Final Fantasy XIV land?
Good question.
Like that, which, and that's a problem because the whole thing with Revelation and the remake trilogy in general is that they've set up this fucking time loop thing.
Yep.
And so,
this will not be the first time Cloud has shown up canonically in another game.
True. But
Final Fantasy Tactics, as far as I'm aware, Cloud is there canonically to Final Fantasy VII while he's drifting in the live stream.
Yeah, but I'm just worried that because already the uphill battle that Revelation has, that you've set up Sephiroth as this time looping supervillain, and so how are they going to beat him in a way that at all feels justified and or satisfactory? How do we know that Revelation ends and Sephiroth isn't going to just start over again, and this is just an endless, and how do we know that Cloud and the party aren't just in the endless purgatory of replaying Final Fantasy VII over and over again?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Sephiroth is showing up in crossovers with other stuff does not make me confident that they're going to solve that problem.
We'll see, I guess.
But we'll see. We'll see. The other thing, too, that I got to be thinking about, because, this announcement only just happened a few hours ago. I've been thinking about is how, what's the gear going to look like? Because they can give us outfits from the characters, and I'll get to that in a minute. But, nobody has, a set of tank armor, Aerith isn't wearing a set of priestly robes to give.
They are
MMO
doing
players.
that job system in Revelation, though.
Oh yeah, they are they are working
with
on the job
different
system
clothes.
Revelation. They do have new clothes, but they don't have new weapons. And there are only a couple of jobs that have translatable weapons. You can give Dark Knights all of Cloud's weapons throughout the series.
It's very funny to think about, but Cloud is kind of a tank, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean, he is very much. He is the inspiration for the Dark Knight. So, yeah. So they can give Dark Knights all of Cloud's weapons. I'm sure they're going to get a Buster Sword. Dark Knight's going to get a Buster Sword.
Isn't the sub-reward Cloud gear the Advent Children outfit, not the Final Fantasy VII outfit?
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that the Advent Children outfit is a sub goal, so literally, and you get it after 30 days, so literally every player has it.
Yeah. But I don't think, as far as I'm aware, I've never seen Cloud's original outfit on any player character in Final Fantasy XIV.
It's
so that's easy enough. We can get Cloud's default outfit. We can get Tifa's default outfit.
If you can do Cloud's default outfit, you can do the other party members' default outfit, but that's still not a lot of gear sets. For a dungeon, you need 21 gear sets. Seven different roles times 3 different tiers, and that's. There's not a whole lot of iconic gear in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
So Zay says it'd be hilarious if they gave us Cloud's KH1 outfit. That would be funny.
That would unironically fucking rule. There are a lot of problems with Cloud's Cloud's appearance in the Kingdom Hearts series. The outfit, the drip, is not one of them.
Yeah. But that is not going to be the end of the Final Fantasy VII crossover, and you are going to need X cancel for this because I'm not going to muck around with the links to make the pictures work better.
There's more. Okay.
And in fact, we are getting some of this in October.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me pull this up. All right. A typing game themed after Final Fantasy VII scheduled to arrive at the Manderville Gold Saucer around October 28th. Are we playing Are we playing Typing of the Dead?
We are playing Typing of the Dead in Midgar, judging from the the screenshots. Yeah. So yeah, we are playing Typing of the Dead with key phrases from Final Fantasy VII.
Hey, there's Tifa and Barrett here.
Yeah, and we are playing it also like they have apparently like added an extra zone to the Golden Saucer that is based on the Golden Saucer from FF7.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, it does show that, and that is gonna be cool because I've never really vibed with the aesthetic of the Final Fantasy XIV Gold Saucer.
Yeah. And then
it's kind of lame.
As you can see, the Tifa and Barrett outfits that they have got are going to be rewards for the typing game.
Okay, which takes even more stuff out of the pool for the raid series.
Which takes even more stuff out of the pool for gear So we'll see what they do there. I'm curious. Yeah, I am most curious about the gear. Like boss fights, I'm not worried about boss fights. There's all sorts of stuff they can do with the boss fights. Except for the weapons, because we did those already. Although, maybe. Although, I didn't think of that until just now. Like, it'd be cool if they, like, did the weapons again, but, like, actually as kaiju-sized things this time. You know, like, actually have, like, a wall boss where, like, you're standing on a platform and you're just fighting Ruby Weapon's head or something.
That'd be cool.
Because the weapons, as we fought them previously in Shadowbringers, were much smaller than the weapons in FF7. Really smaller than they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But there are also a lot of other bosses in FF7 that you could pull from before you dip into that again. Tifa and Barrett are the rewards for the typing game. And Barrett's gun arm is a fashion accessory, so you can actually do
I was just about to ask.
Yes. It is a fashion accessory, so you're not going to be able to use it in combat, sadly.
They'd have to retool the entire...
They would have to do, like, an entire animation kit for it, yeah. But you can just get Barrett's gun arm and just wear it around town like a goofball, and
that's cool.
There you go. So yeah, that is all of the big announcements from the Fanfest.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah. So, yeah. You can see why there was no way that this was going to stay secret.
Yeah, not a chance in hell. Glad you could drip feed it to me in a controlled fashion.
First of all, the crossover starts in October. Like, in October, we're going to see this stuff. What's on your screen right now. And then, it is wild to think about the fact that since it's a raid series, it's going to be going on long after Revelations is out.
Yeah.
The release order is going to be, if I believe, the first part of the FF7 raid is going to come out before Revelations. Then Revelation will come out. And then parts 2 and 3 will come out late 2027 and sometime in 2028.
So the The first part of a raid series always launches with the
Yes.
expansion. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. The first leg of a raid series will come out usually like a week or two after launch day, just to like give everybody some breathing room, so no one's rushing to the end to start grinding end game.
Uh huh.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, patch like 8.01 is what they always call the raid thing. There was like some drama when Endwalker came out because Endwalker got pushed back from November to December, and so Endwalker came out early December, and then the raid dropped on Christmas,
Oh, oh,
which
oh.
which was unfortunate timing, but there was nothing really to be done about it.
I mean, they could push
Um,
it back by a couple of days.
they could have, and I think they did actually. Like they did just like push that patch back, so it came out like on December 27th instead of the 25th. Um, but yeah, part one will come out like a week after, or like a couple weeks after Evercold, and then like a month or two later is when Revelation will come out, and then we'll just see what else Final Fantasy 14 is cooking on the FF7 front.
That'll be interesting. Man, this is wild.
Yeah. I know you're going to get a kick out of the typing game because you're like the freak who can type fast while poking.
Not like super fast, but the last time I took a test, I was hunt and pecking at 70 words per minute.
Uh, which is still faster than like a lot of people. Like
I have been
typing
told by
properly.
professional typists that I'm the fastest hunt and pecker they've ever seen.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's gonna be fun. It's also just gonna be very funny to see these outfits, like the official version of these outfits being put in game, because like Tifa's out, like Tifa and Aerith especially have outfits that are very easy to cosplay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I've seen a lot of people do like their own spin on gear to make an Aerith cosplay or a Tifa cosplay, but now we are getting an official version, possibly more than one official version if they use Revelation as a source of inspiration for more outfits.
Yeah. One thing I'm a little iffy on is the demonstration of Barrett, because they prioritized Barrett being 7 feet tall over Barrett being black in the same breath as announcing color picker for skin tone.
Well, I mean, they just made him a Rogadin.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like they made him a green Rogadin, which is
Yeah.
prioritizing him being 7 feet tall over him being black. But it's not
Yeah.
a big deal, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean, because like the point is that it's cosplay. It's
Oh,
like they
yeah,
could
fair
have made
enough.
him, like they could have made him a brown skinned Rogadin, because like like there are brown skinned Rogadins, but like they're like Lalafels are going to be wearing the Barrett gear, you know,
Yeah,
like
true. Now that would have been a way to preview it.
you know, I am looking forward. Well, as with most things, I'm very much looking forward to being a Lalafell with a gun arm,
Yeah, that's going to be
just
funny.
because. Yeah. Yeah,
All
and as
right.
chat points out, Tifa's a cat girl, so I'm not overly concerned about the realistic representation of Barrett.
Yeah, fair. All
So
right.
yeah,
That's a
lot of
lot to
stuff
chew on.
So yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to, including a lot of stuff that you'll get to see like well before we get to the Evercold story.
The color picker stuff is coming out with Evercold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Although some of the some of this stuff is like not coming out immediately. Like I forgot which, so I think the. Let me scroll back and look. Yeah, like the Chocobo updates are happening in patch 8.1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is an expansion's worth of stuff, and like we will see more of it later. Like we are still waiting for Beastmaster. That's coming out, not coming out until September, and they tease that in the lead up to Dawn Trail.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff, but they'll get it to us eventually.
Well, cool.
So yeah. So yeah, what? So yeah, so we're going to have a Sephiroth boss fight. Like off the top of your head, like what boss fights are you looking forward to? It's like we've already fought a Scorpion tank.
Yeah, like we might there's going to be what, 12 bosses in a raid series?
Yep.
So we might open up with a Scorpion tank, but
Yeah,
like with a new
just for
twist.
tradition.
I think Genova's a given.
Yeah.
Sephiroth, obviously. Let's see, what else?
Yeah, like something they honestly like they could do it like Omega did the same thing where like the last raid tier just could be like multiple stages of the Sephiroth fight.
There are 3. Oh
Yeah.
god, what if the final raid tier is Genova,
Say for Sephiroth and then shirtless Sephiroth?
Yeah.
I mean, I would not complain.
Oh yeah, if the first set is 4 Shinra bosses, it could go Guard Scorpion, Airbuster, something else, Proud
Yeah.
Claude.
Oh yeah, they could do that. That would be a solid tier of raids.
Yeah. What could be the 4th to fit in that? Hell House.
Oh yeah, no, Hell House, yeah. We have not fought
One of the most
a Hell House.
One of the most brilliant things about Remake that shows they really cared about the source material was upgrading Hell House from a random encounter to a story boss.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass fight, but such a...
Yeah, also also as long as we're talking about like silly boss fights, like the Tricera tank.
Yeah, that wasn't in Rebirth. I'm hoping it's in Revelation.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in Revelations because like it's due to come out in Revelations based on like the zones we still have to visit. If I recall correctly, doesn't Palmer die because he gets run over by one of those things?
No, he dies getting run over by a truck in Rocket Town.
Okay.
Yeah. Tricera tank is from the Gongaga region.
Okay. So we should have run into one by now?
Yeah.
We might run into the... Yeah. For some reason, in my brain, I just, like, mentally imagined Palmer getting run over by a Tricera tank for some reason.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
Oh, I'll betcha the second series has a Hojo fight.
Yeah? Well, that's the other thing, too, is that like, we don't know who all is going to be involved. Like, Cloud and Sephiroth are gimmies, because Sephiroth is a gimme, you can't have one without the other. But yeah, like, if Hojo shows up and causes some fuck shit, we could get him as a boss fight. Oh, they could have an ad battle at Fort Condor? That'd be funny.
Huh. Yeah, lots to chew on. Very cool.
Yeah, a lot to chew on. A lot of speculation about what this will mean, both for Revelation and for FF14.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it depends on how quickly they release the patches for Evercoal, but genuinely, there's a very good chance that we will be caught up with the game just in time for Sephiroth to be current. Or if not just in time, at the very least, Sephiroth will be the current final raid boss by the time we are caught up. I doubt this is going to take us until, patch 9.0 to finish this game.
Yeah, it's looking like Evercold is when we're going to catch up.
Yeah.
Unless we spend 1,000,000 years in Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
All right, well.
So yeah, there's that. Are you feeling up for some actual gameplay today?
I'm not. I'm still sick. I've got an infected tooth, and I've been dealing with tooth pain and headaches for days now. And I have still not been sleeping well, and I'm a little zombified.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're not going to be streaming next week because my mom's visiting. So I guess we'll pick this back up on the 9th or the 8th, I guess.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.
Bye.